What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the 2019 Subaru Crosstrek. Now, I'll go ahead and warn you. As far as feature-rich and tech-packed vehicles go, the Crosstrek is not that in the Subaru lineup. You've got the Ascent, you've got the Forester Sport, you've even got the newest Outback. Those have a lot more as far as amenities go. Now, the Crosstrek is an excellent compact SUV that does have some really nice features available. I'm actually a Crosstrek owner. I've got the 2019 Crosstrek Premium. So I've had it for about 6 months, so I've got experience. I love the car. It's a great car, especially taking a jump from, I had a 2009. So making a 10-year jump in vehicles is quite a long way as far as technology goes. Now, there's the 2.0i, the Premium, the Limited, and the Hybrid. In this part of the country, we don't really get a lot of hybrids. That's just not part of our demographic in Kentucky. So I can't show you that, but the Limited is about as nice as it gets as far as Crosstreks go. Now, the one we're gonna be looking at is dark gray metallic, and it does have some optional packages that I'll be sure to point out when those are applicable. You've got a moonroof package, as well as Harman Kardon sound system, all-weather mats, and heated seats that are part of that package. So just a couple things I wanted to let you know before we get started, but let's go ahead and take a look. So like I mentioned, you've got the dark gray metallic. You've got LED headlights that are steering responsive, LED daytime running lights, as well as fog lights. You're not gonna notice any parking sensors up front, but there are some in the back that work with that rear automatic braking. Underneath the hood, you've got a traditional Subaru Boxer engine, 2.0 liter 4-cylinder to give you about 152 horsepower, 29 miles per gallon city, and 33 miles per gallon highway. It sits on the Limited 18-inch alloy wheels that are black, machine finished. You've got body colored heated side mirrors with integrated turn signals, as well as blind spot monitoring. Got keyless access here on the door, so if the car's locked, put your hand in, it'll beep, and you're good to go. Working our way on back, you've got sculpted taillights, which are just traditional halogen taillights, not LED there. You've got the parking sensors here that I mentioned earlier that work with that rear braking system. You do not have an automatic tailgate, which is a little disappointing to see. It does just work with a push button and you lift, which is what mine has on the Premium. It'd be nice if they threw in a hands-free liftgate there just to give you a more premium feel if you're going to be dishing out the extra money for the Limited. Now, the trunk space compared to the Forester and the Outback, not great, but again, you're talking about a compact SUV here, so can't be too surprised by that. It's not bad per se, and if you fold the seats down, you can definitely get a lot in here. Obviously, I'm a videographer. I have a lot of gear, a lot of big boxes with gimbals and cameras and microphones and drones and things like that. And I've been able to fit an entire set worth of equipment in here with the back seats folded down. So you do have some space, and it's definitely not as bad as it seems for how small the car is on the outside. So that's nice to have. As we work our way back around, you've got black roof rails, as well as a power moonroof. Tilting and sliding, like I mentioned earlier, is part of one of those additional packages. One more thing I wanted to mention before we head on inside is Subaru's acclaimed EyeSight driver assist system. Now, it works with these two cameras here in the front to provide you all kinds of safety features, adaptive cruise control, forward collision warnings, things like that. It's available on the Premium as an option, and then on the Limited as well. And that's about it on the outside. Let's head on in. All right, now that we're inside the vehicle, let's take a look at some of the features. Now, starting off up front, as always, you've got your entertainment center here. Now, if you have a 2.0i or a premium, you're going to have a 6.4-inch entertainment center. If you bump up to the limited, like this model, you're going to get the 8-inch entertainment center. So it has your standard phone, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, radio options, as well as the My Subaru connectivity, Starlink connectivity, which has Pandora, AHA, things like that, if you're into it. This also has the navigation package, so you'll get navigation. Now, this isn't by any stretch the worst navigation system that I've seen. As you can tell by the responsiveness there, honestly pretty standard for a manufacturer's navigation system. It does have pinch to zoom, which I wasn't expecting. It's not super fluid. But again, like I mentioned, not the worst I've ever seen. And I have a little bit of a gripe with entertainment center navigation systems anyway, straight from the manufacturer. They tend to be slow and clunky, not great looking, not always up to date. And especially in 2019, when just about everybody has a smartphone, I cannot recommend getting the navigation package. It's a lot of extra money. And honestly, if you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, you have access to not only Apple Maps, but Google Maps, as well as Waze, which is a great crowdsourced navigation system application. So you can plug in and you can use all of those different features, and I would recommend using those any day over the built-in navigation systems. So I'm not sure in 2019 that I can recommend getting a navigation package. Nonetheless, this one has it, and there it is. Moving on, you've got a couple different screens here, actually 3 to be exact. One here, and one over here. Now this one, if you have the 2.0i or the premium, it's not going to be color, it's just going to be black and white. Mine on my premium is black and white and does not have adaptive cruise control and things like that. The little confusing part about it is that each one of these screens is controlled differently. So this one obviously is a touch screen. This one up top here, which can show you things like radio information, weather, navigation stuff, as well as some vehicle information, is controlled by this info button here on the steering wheel. So if you just push that, it's gonna cycle through. And then this one over here, little instrument cluster one, is actually controlled by these arrow keys that are underneath and behind the steering wheel. So if you push those, cycle through your vehicle information there. And as well, you can control the cruise control options by pushing these buttons. So just your standard multifunction options up there. To move over here, you have the option to engage or disable some of the safety features, as well as dim or brighten your entertainment center. Mirror controls here. Now, if you look at the side mirror here, you can actually see what it's going to look like if you have someone in your blind spot, which is that little orange light right there. You've got some nice faux carbon fiber paneling here, and the entire cabin is kind of wrapped in this kind of soft touch leather material. You got it on the steering wheel, you've got it on the door panels, over here above the airbags. See it there on the door panel, as well as on the seat, center console, and armrest. So pretty much everywhere. And it has that nice orange contrast stitching there, which looks great. And I just got fingerprints all over it. They're gonna hate me for that. Now you've got a standard rear vision camera here, but it has a couple additions. One of them is the parking sensors that I showed off in the back. So if I get close enough to this curb, they're gonna start giving me warnings here. Like, hey man, you're really close to the curb, chill. Let's scoot forward so that doesn't stay on for that long. But one other thing it has is that rear automatic braking that you can enable and disable right here. Now, we have a lot of different vehicles here at Bachmann. We have Chevys, we have Volkswagens, we have Subarus, we have Hyundai, we have Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we have commercial units. And Subaru's automatic rear braking is as good as any system that I've ever seen on any car. We actually did a test last summer where we set up a bunch of cardboard boxes and we just got a bunch of cars that claimed to have automatic rear braking, and we just floored it backwards, towards the boxes and just test it to see what would happen. And if I can find the clip, I'll go ahead and play it on screen here. But the Subaru, it'll slam the brakes on for you and you are not hitting that thing. A lot of other cars that we tried, they went right ahead and just slammed into the boxes. So I'm not really sure if there's more details there, like have to be under 10 miles an hour, things like that. Sometimes those are qualifications. But all that to say, this one works as good as any I've ever seen and ever tested. So highly recommended there. Obviously, Subaru's well known for their safety features, and it makes sense why. You've got your auto-dimming rear view mirror with your universal garage door controls, power tilting sliding moonroof controls. So we work our way back down, automatic climate control, as well as the infamous continuously variable transmission, standard parking brake, not automatic. You've got your X mode hill descent control right there, heated seats as part of that all-weather package. Now, as far as audio systems go, you've got your Harman Kardon audio system right there. That's an 8-speaker system. If you are on the 2.0i, you'll have a 4-speaker system. If you go up to the premium, which is what I have, you have a 6-speaker audio system, but then again, up at the limited, you get that Harman Kardon 8-speaker system, which is nice. As far as connectivity goes, underneath the automatic climate control, you've got a 12-volt outlet, and in the center console armrest, you have an aux cord input, another 12-volt outlet, as well as 2 USB-A ports. Now, as far as seating goes, you've got front heated leather bucket seats. Now, these have the black leather option with the orange stitching. You also have the option for gray leather as well as navy leather. And then another note about the stitching, if you bump up to the hybrid, if you can get your hands on one, it's going to have blue stitching here instead of orange, so a little distinction there. If we move on to the back, you'll see the rear seats are still folded down from earlier. Not a ton of room back there, but again, you're talking about a compact SUV. So I think you still get about 36.5 inches of rear leg room. So not a ton, but it's not the worst that I've seen. And again, compact SUV, you can't expect too much. All right, guys, and that is the 2019 Subaru Crosstrek Limited. Now, like I mentioned, it's not jam-packed with tech by any means, but there are a lot of nice features in this vehicle. You've got the EyeSight driver assist with all those safety features. You've got the rear automatic braking and the rear vision camera. You've got that 8-inch entertainment center with all those nice features, and including navigation. It's still nice to have. You've got the Harman Kardon 8-speaker audio system. You've got all these different displays giving you all kinds of vehicle information. You got that nice leather with the accent stitching. Honestly, and I'm a little biased here because I have one, but I think the Crosstrek is one of the best looking compact SUVs you can buy. I especially like the wheels, kind of that black and alloy contrast there. I think it looks really nice. I'm a huge fan of those. That's one of the main reasons that I started looking at the Crosstrek to begin with, was because of the wheels. And overall, I love the design of these things, and they're quickly becoming one of the best-selling Subarus that we have on the entire lot. Part of that, I think, is because Subarus hold their value so well. So when we get in used Crosstreks, they go really, really, really quickly. So that's another huge benefit of buying a Subaru. All that being said, it's a great SUV. Highly recommend you check one out. If you guys like the video, drop a like. It helps us a lot. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content on the 2019 Subaru Crosstrek and all other vehicles that we have on our lots. And tell us in the comments below, what is your favorite part about the 2019 Subaru Crosstrek? And please, if you have a hybrid Crosstrek, call me, email me, text me, send me snail mail. I want to get my hands on a Crosstrek hybrid, please. See you in the next one.